The New York Yankees are in a difficult predicament right now if they're trying to win a road series, because even though they have a projected $280 million payroll, good for third in the game behind only the Mets and the Dodgers, they clearly do not have a roster that reflects said payroll, and certainly, unequivocally do not have a roster capable of competing for a title, as was reflected in their ousting in the division series to Toronto last year. And with perceived disconcerting comments made by their general manager Brian Cashman earlier this offseason, saying they, quote, don't have a blank checkbook, unquote. Yankee fans are worried that this roster might actually look worse for the 26th season despite getting their Cy Young Award winner back, Garrett Cole. Now, as I've said in the past, I do believe that most Yankee fans are under the false pretense, thinking that they're still under the old Yankees regime, run by George instead of Hal Steinbrenner, when Hal has clearly shown that times have changed and just not has shown the willingness to spend like a drunken sailor. But I do believe that they have a right and a gripe to be a little bit worried with the direction so far this offseason, as the concoction of this roster doesn't lend itself much flexibility. So how are they gonna improve without spending? Well, the first option would be to trade Trent Grisham, who's on a one-year, $22 million deal after accepting a qualifying offer for a back-end reliever to pair with David Bednar. But not only are one-for-one Major League deals rare, to say the least, if there was a market for Trent, he would have ostensibly not signed the qualifying offer, and would have just signed with somebody else. They could also trade Jazz Chisholm Jr., who's coming off his best year as a pro with 30 steals and 30 home runs, and an .813 OPS. But he's heading into his walk year and has always had a mercurial personality that would lend you to believe that they would have to be a specific culture already established for him to walk into for it to be a successful marriage. The third option is that they could trade Anthony Volpe, who yes had a .663 OPS last year and has been a disaster for 3 years on the team. So you'd obviously be selling low and want to get much value for him. But I do believe there could be a team out there that'd be willing to take a chance on his talent, as it is tantalizing, or a team that has a plentiful offense and just needs a sure-handed shortstop defensively, which he could provide. This would also free up a lane for the top prospect and top 20 overall prospect in the entire sport, in shortstop George Lombard Jr. However, the most realistic trade, in my opinion, that would shake up the roster and prove themselves tremendously, even with their payroll constraints, would be to trade Spencer Jones for Mason Miller. I absolutely love this deal for both sides, actually, because even from San Diego's perspective, they're looking to shed payroll, and this allows them to do so, while also acquiring a top prospect in the process. But since this video is about the Yankees, we'll focus solely on them. Listen, why they haven't called up Spencer Jones yet is beyond me. He's already 24 and had posted multiple powerful seasons in the minors, and Lord knows they need that punch in the lineup. I understand they have Jason Dominguez, Grisham, and obviously Aaron Judge in the outfield, so that is probably the main impetus behind the non-call-up. But if that's the case, and you're not planning on moving off Grisham or Dominguez, then just let Jones go and improve your team dramatically in the short term by acquiring arguably the best reliever in the game, not named Edwin Diaz. Not to mention, Miller's only in arbitration, so you're not paying top dollar for him either. So, in encapsulation, with Carlos Rondon, Cam Schlittler, Max Fried, Luis Seal in the rotation, with Garrett Cole's looming return as well, this could very easily be the most dangerous rotation in the game. To let that go to waste by having a fictitious payroll limitation, and not to mention having Aaron Judge on the squad as well, obviously, it's just crazy to not try to improve this team. The offense is for the most part set, as well to supplement the rotation, so to be able to add Mason Miller to pair with Bednar closing games, they could vault right back up to World Series viable, in my opinion.
Help me polarize, help me down.
If you like this video, consider commenting, liking, sharing with a friend, and subscribing.